A massive, soaked clan banner violently falls face down into the deep mud, landing directly in front of your feet. It wasn't torn down by the enemy, it was dropped, completely abandoned. You stare blindly at the ruined silk exactly like it is a signed confession. Commanders aggressively scream that you are fighting today to protect the rightful sacred order. But order is just a convenient word wealthy men shout loudly when they desperately want you to stop thinking. The powerful Lord Ishida Mitsunari loudly claims absolute loyalty to the young Toyotomi heir is a sacred duty. The imposing Lord Tokugawa Ieyasu coldly offers something significantly more practical. Absolute stability, securely held under his own iron hand. You fight entirely in desperate, suffocating bursts, violently push, blindly stab, aggressively pull back, frantically breathe. The churned ground is completely slick with crushed weeds and spilled, wasted black powder. The thick gin smoke rapidly turns every single face around you into a terrifying stranger. You desperately try to read wet helmets, colored sashes, painted clanmon, absolutely anything to know who to kill. But the vital symbols are completely smeared with brown mud, and the uncaring mud absolutely does not care about your complex moral math. You hear the officers scream it again and again over the din. Hold the line! Hold the line! Holding your ground is incredibly easy when you still deeply believe the panicked people standing beside you will also choose to hold. Then the absolute impossible happens. The massive reserve troops on the hill, Kobayakawa's fresh force, finally commit to the violence. You see their movement rapidly out of the corner of your eye, and the specific direction they are violently charging is entirely wrong. They aggressively hit your exposed flank. The massive spear line instantly folds inward. The very officers who were violently shouting "Hold!" are suddenly screaming at you to run. Your panic body violently tries to obey both completely opposite orders at the exact same time. That is exactly what profound betrayal does. It violently turns your own muscles into screaming arguments. You violently shove your way forward, physically collide with a rushing stranger, and immediately realize he is actually wearing the exact same side mark that you are. His wide eyes scream that he noticed the mistake far too late. You both hesitate, for just half a heartbeat, because neither one of you desperately wants to be the very first man to officially admit you are losing the war. A massive, panicking wave of fleeing bodies violently separates the two of you. A heavy spear but brutally smashes directly into your ribs. You heavily stumble, desperately catch your balance entirely on a dead man's armor, and force your legs to keep moving, because completely stopping is the absolute only unforgivable mistake left to make. When the deafening noise of the slaughter finally thins out, you absolutely do not feel the warmth of victory. You strictly feel cold administrative accounting. Vast lands will be aggressively seized. Proud families will be entirely erased from history. A brand new, rigid piece will be carefully constructed entirely from this wet, incredibly ugly arithmetic. Sekigahara brutally teaches you the ultimate modern truth. The beautiful myth of pure honor is exactly what people choose to remember, but the actual mechanism of power strictly belongs to whoever completely controls the exact moment trust violently breaks. If you desperately want the full, bloody investigation, learning exactly how one single decision fundamentally reshapes Japan forever, follow the archives of humanity deeply into the evidence trail.